Nice.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, if you have to, now would probably be the best time to do it while everything's getting set up.
Yeah.
I'm just cooking. I can't stop in the middle of this. There's no one to take over.
That's also fair.
Yeah.
almost
Also, as a fun thing, I think there was some debate on bringing Blair into the whole thing with Silas, and holy shit, was that about? I'm so glad we did not do that. Oh god. Yeah, one night, Silas and Blair become best friends. The next night, Blair is fucking bawling because Silas got fucked up.
Nah, there's no tears left in Blair anymore. Sorry.
You've had so much emotional damage in this bad boy.
Now she's just focus and anger, with a seed of compassion.
There's no more tears because she doesn't drink any water. She drinks soda.
We're gonna beat her into drinking water.
Kidney stones. Alright, so we begin the next day, Hostel Gato style. You guys awaken at roughly the same time. Don't worry, it's not a late day today. All Silas's misadventure, we'll call it, was definitely later in the evening. It was not late into the night, so you guys are able to wake up at maybe like an hour or so after dawn. Chill times. When you guys all come down, a lot of people are already up and awake. Those people being, let's see here. Let me just line them up here. Zol, boom. Tolis, boom. Blair, boom. Delvit, boom. Vaso, boom. Let's see, where's America? America, boom. And then also would be Abigail, boom. And Varric, boom. Yeah, that's right. So they're all already down there and are just sort of ruminating. Blair is cooking breakfast. Also, nice nat 20, Fred. You're spending all your luck early today, see?
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crazy,
no.
man. It's crazy. But, yeah. So they're already down by the time you guys come on down. Also, yes, I know there were differently sized tokens. I'm not gonna bother trying to.
No one said anything.
You're thinking it. So yeah, you guys come down and they're all talking, not in like any happy, jovial, let's just all hang out and get drunk manner. That'd be pretty weird at 8 a.m. I think 9 a.m. That was 8 a.m.
Bloody
Fuck it.
Marys.
I feel like crack of dawn is like 6, approaching towards 7. So yeah, 8 a.m.
As Alessander comes down, he just gives a jovial "Good morning, everyone. You're all up early."
They all sort of fall quiet at that. Yeah. We might need to have a talk with you guys.
Actually, so it's totally fine. But we're out here.
Well, actually,
wait for everyone to get here.
And then everyone shows up.
Everyone shuffles.
Oh wait, there they are.
So, yeah, you guys, take your places at this, long table. Food is, readied, so you guys are free to start munching on breakfast. Some people do it a bit more voraciously than others, but there definitely is a bit of tension, uncertainty across them. Depends on which one you're pointing at. If I'm being honest, some of them.
I point at Bassa.
Among the people who were down here already, who seems like they're dreading this coming conversation the most?
Zol.
Zol, okay.
It's usually Zol. He's just
God,
eating in like a sort of robotic way. Like he's still like every now and again you guys see like flashes of emotion or grimaces on his face where he just like obviously thinks something and goes ugh. Oh. Yeah, so he's currently in thought and not in a good way. Whereas you can compare it to like I don't know Varric, who's in thought and just is genuinely pondering whatever subject matter it is. Again, Delvit's in a in between ways of those two. Eventually, Blair sits down at the table as well. So you guys gonna fucking tell them? Zol like scratches his beard like who's doing it?
Alright, well, come on out with it.
There's no reason for us to dance around the issue. America just sort of chimes up and looks across all of you. Last night, we went to the Dreaming City.
I
You all
looked
did.
up Blair to see if she's. I'm assuming she's in that group.
She's sitting there, yeah.
And not terrified. Okay.
No.
Hmm.
No, not at all.
That's good.
She does seem rather focused and thought about it, but that could be said for a lot of them.
Right.
We went to the Dreaming City, and the company was split. And then she begins to describe it, and I'll just make it easier for myself and you guys. The company was split thusly. So 3 and 5.
So we got.
We didn't know where the
Lovebirds
other
and
side was.
Third Wheel.
We didn't know where they were, but they found us eventually. We got led to you.
By what?
Who? Whom? She shakes her head slowly. I don't know how to describe them. A man, grizzled. Reminds me of my father, in a way. Whoever they were not from anywhere in the provinces. Their armor's... He thinks on... Varric thinks on how to say it. Their armor is... something akin to what the Slayers have. The VCH suits. But different. Overly bulky in some regards. Overly bulky it might have been, but he maneuvered just fine in it. There were some slip-ups here and there, I could tell. But you're right, he managed just fine in it. They all begin to start thinking on this person.
Were they like? How do I describe this? What were they properly there, or was it more like the kind of figments we saw last time?
He was there.
He was there. Okay. Huh.
Did he say anything to y'all, though?
He did. He said that it looked like we needed help. And that he'd be happy to offer it. He said that the fight that we're about to take, the fight that we were taking, should be done together. And then he broke down a wall. Sundered it. Like it was dirt in the earth. Blair looks at the other 5, and that's where we ran into them. Something to note, since you guys are sort of gleaming past it. We were fighting stuff this entire time. It wasn't a walk in the park.
You were being tested, like we were.
The creatures that we fought look otherworldly. Nothing I've ever read or heard about describes them. I'm just happy those little wires are coming out of the ground to hold them back. That would make things easier.
Wise?
Zol just drink some coffee.
Yeah, that happens. They're not meant to be inside the city.
And it has its own defensive mechanisms against such. So
So what we faced against corroborates with what you went against then.
correct.
Yes.
How many did you all have to face against when you went there?
Half a dozen. Garth thinks.
They were at least equal to our number, perhaps a few more.
Wow. Don't we know to get the short end of the stick, huh? He says like that, Vaso. He's not meaning anything bad, but he's saying it cheekily.
Right.
We faced, I don't know, 2 dozen.
Shit. And did any of
But
you
also,
die?
if you think about it, the you guys now and the us from back then, you've surpassed the us of then, so you would need a higher challenge.
That's what I was thinking. When you
Did
guys
any
went
of-
there before, you guys said that it was a while back, right? So
Indeed.
we didn't have 2
I would-
dozen for chasing against us. Maybe 1 dozen.
And did any of you die during this conflict? Doesn't look like any of you are exceedingly exhausted.
I got close. But the figure that showed up, he rushed over to help.
Then you
Should
did
I-
better than we did.
I was about to say.
The figure that Blair and Varric were describing, do any of you recognize him?
It's pretty vague description.
No.
Varric just begins muttering, like almost like a mission statement report.
Perfect.
He-
Could
Actually,
Oriana
here, I'm
try
gonna roll.
to-
I'm gonna roll for him.
Could Oriana try to assist that by doing like the police sketch thing, but with like a painting supplies?
I don't think painter supplies would be the helpful part in that.
Ah,
If you guys had drawing or calligrapher's tools, then maybe. We gotta get some differentiation.
yeah, I don't think she has
Save
calligrapher
plus,
tools. I had a choice between calligrapher tools and painting supplies. I
Yeah,
went painting
investigation.
because painting's fun. Eh. Oh, we rolled a 1. We got a
That's
14. Got it.
very, 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 very unfortunate. That's very unfortunate.
Does he have an inspiration by chance?
No.
Ah,
Why
you
would
mine.
Varric have an inspiration?
He's not having
He's
sex.
inspired.
He could use mine if he wants.
Very well, thank you. He can't get any worse. That being said, there's a 5%
He
chance
can get
he
a
gets
2.
that's bad.
You know what? 22 is significantly better than 14 in this case.
It's better. Better. Yeah, Varric begins describing this figure. He was clad in plate armor. Some parts of it were rather not bolted on, but supplementary. A green cowl that surrounded around his helmet. Wood and a maul. Not like a blacksmith's hammer, or any sort of heretical split barb mauls. No, a straightforward hammer. He looked at Abiel. He definitely seemed quite used to the suit he was in. The armored suit. But every now and again I spotted a misstep. An overextension. A sudden pang. The suit he wore was rather peculiar. Fully sealed. Just like a VCH suit. But no Slayer wears something like that.
Garth has an idea? But like Oriana would know him.
What's your idea?
It specifically because like the misstep comment. Is it just Logain?
Is it just Logain?
Is it-
Yes. Is it just
Right?
Logain? Yes.
Fully
Is
sealed.
it just Logain? Yes.
Yeah!
Look at this guy. Look at this dude.
So those of you that don't, that
It was like the
that have the opportunity for watching us on Sunday, Logain is team dad, and he was taken from us before his time.
You son of a bitch.
I asked O for 3 picks. 1 for, well, the 3 we have lost.
Mhm.
When those picks get dropped, I'm not gonna tell you, but they're 3 picks. This was pick 1. And I think you did a splendid job. So, yeah, that's what they look like after Varric's description of them.
Nice. We have no idea who this is.
No, you guys have no clue who he is. No. No, unfortunately. I'm gonna roll a D100.
Get
It's a
a
little
one.
D hundo.
Get a one. Oh shit! Don't knock that over.
Ah!
Oh, it's so bad.
That's an F right there from Blair. That's a crying shame. That's a crying shame. That's okay. That's okay. There are other D100 rolls to be made right now. You guys get 2. Who wants to do the rolls?
I shall do one.
I'll do the other if no one wants to.
Okay, perfect.
Where's the
Alright.
hundo? Roll the hundo.
The DC is 25, by the way.
Not that
Hey!
DC.
Perfect. And I'm... How cosmically fitting that it's you two. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see. Logan is about 5'11". There you go. Now you guys have a height profile on how tall this individual was.
Nice.
He gave me this. And she pulls out a ring.
Oh.
Which is saying something, by the way, considering how this interaction happened in the Dreaming City.
Yeah.
So obviously that means there is some sort of connectivity.
I think Alessandro will hold his hand out for it and ask, is there some kind of insignia on it?
Guys, it is a sort of a jet black coloration. It's a ring made of steel that has it's sort of equivalent to like a sigil ring, like you would have for a noble house.
Mhm.
The sigil is obviously atop it, and there is a symbol there, made of either some sort of brass or gilded or gold material. And from that symbol, it splays out to give trimming to the rest of the ring.
And of course, Alessandro doesn't recognize it as a noble sigil. So I think he'll hold it out towards Sijar,
Makes sense.
the jewel man himself.
There are no jewels on this, I will say that.
Jewelry man himself.
There you
You
go.
can have more experience with rings.
Touche!
Yeah. I'll see what I can make of it. Does it look...
Roll me your
Alien?
jeweler's tools.
Oh, what's that, good sir?
Jeweler's
stat would
tools.
that use?
His highest mental.
Let's go with wisdom.
Yeah, because you're not trying
He's
to
a
like
wise fellow.
copy any of the technique or whatever. You're just trying to examine it for any craftsmanship capabilities or traits.
Seek to understand.
Oh,
God, you
magical
did not.
guidance.
Oh, well. Oh, well.
man, that's a lot. That
So
was
about the-
yeah. Oh, that was. We're getting them out early.
God, this is the best
like you
feature
said,
you've
the
ever
crash.
given this
Going
man.
from
Magical
low.
guidance has really come in clutch for you.
Oh god.
Oh
he needs
yeah.
it.
Let's see.
You should just play a halfling. Like, you really should just play a halfling.
Halfling dragon or something.
But I won't.
Very well. Yeah, 20. It's not the best work in terms of like ornateness. It's very functional, and you could tell it is magic. Maybe
Function of a form.
roll me Arcana. One more detail might stick out to you. I will say.
And
Well,
I was
same
gonna
number.
say take advantage from Tolos, because Tolos would also be examining this. Tolos has no insights on jewelry, but does have insights on magic.
Okay.
The magic that's in it is, how to say, you can feel the circuitry there. There's no battery, so it needs like it's still missing something. That's not saying it's broken. It just needs the last thing filled in.
It seems to be designed with form in mind over... Sorry, function over form.
All
Something
right.
looks
There
good.
is... There's something about this. It's magic, no doubt about that. It needs a power source, like a lamp needs oil.
What kind of power source does it take? Can you tell?
Magic. Manax.
I could try examining it further. I'm
That might help.
research on that sort of stuff, anyways.
Here, have a look. I hand it over.
You hand it over to Delvet, and he begins inspecting it along with Tolos. Where's my boy sheet? There it is. All right. Advantage, Arcana, guidance turned on. Baba Booey. Okay.
Holy god.
Oh, well,
Big boy, nat 20.
That's my
No.
boy.
that's 20 then.
He's
One
trying to
off.
impress his
Nat.
not
Okay, Nat
girlfriend.
1. Well, that's an interesting thing. Delva has sort of lost any sort of shyness towards Tolus in face of his despair, so that's a positive. I don't know. As the
Okay.
two of them are examining it, this is something like the old craft, but it's different. He just doesn't know how to describe it. Tolus does like a scan around the table to see if the term old craft is something everyone gets, or if it's like you need a TEDx with Tolus.
Anyone get it?
I
Or
don't
Arcana.
know. Roll Arcana.
Okay, my bad. If you're proficient in Arcana, roll me Arcana.
Imagine
if-
that.
If you're not proficient in Arcana, you can roll your background information. Just know your
disadvantage?
DC's higher.
Okay, DC's just started. Don't suck. Okay.
Not bad.
Should probably heard
Not
from
bad.
Scabola.
Yeah.
Considering-
So old craft is technically the first form of artificery. It's delineated from elder powers. Old craft is set aside from normal artificery because it requires a soul. Funniest shit ever, by the way. All those talking weapons, all products of old craft, because there's a living soul inside them that ongoingly powers them. It's mortal things that do more mundane forms of artificery. And of course there are divine relics and stuff like that as well. But that's something you all know. So what Delvid is implying that this thing needs a soul, but not really.
How does it?
It's hard to explain. He like taps his, or rather runs his finger along the rim of it for a couple moments. It taps into your soul, but it doesn't lock onto your soul. So, like an attunement item, no. An attuned item attunes to you as a person. It doesn't tap that deep. It's like a security mechanism, really.
Huh? So, does it operate more as like a gate to open up your soul or something? What?
No. Yeah, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Attunement is a security mechanism normally.
Uh-huh.
So say you have a weapon, it's connected to you. You speak the command words. It only recognizes your voice and stuff like that. This isn't attunement. This is something else entirely. It's not meant for security or defense or anything. It just seems a part of its design. I don't know.
Wind whistles through the room as everybody's like, huh?
Is it cursed? I mean, it's hard to tell. How did we determine the items were cursed last time?
Tashiana.
Hmm.
Well, Scabola determined if they were cursed. Tashiana was more detailed.
Is that thing cursed? Because I'll fucking take a free magic item.
Oriana holds out her hand to like, if she can receive it to, I guess, check.
Delva hands it over to you.
Oriana would mentally not ask for Scabola to check, but like try and show Oriana how to check, if that makes sense.
Ooh.
Learning
Roll me
opportunity.
persuasion.
I can
advantage.
roll one of those. I
At
can roll one of those
advantage.
at advantage. Where the fuck is prefer? Why do I have so much trouble finding persuasion specifically? That's pretty good.
Scabola
Yeah.
appears.
It's a
Hello.
30-20.
She appears to everyone.
Oh.
Never a wasted moment, is there? This is not going to be an easy lesson, and I doubt you're going to get it on your first attempt. But that's no excuse not to try. And I apologize sincerely in advance to the rest of you. This is about to go over your heads. Oh, so like usual. Zol sips his coffee.
Man knows what he's fucking about, though.
He does.
Hmm.
Roll me your.
Oh no, it's gonna be Arcana, isn't it?
It's gonna be Arcana, but use your wisdom plus your intelligence.
Okay, I'm not proficient, but it's
The
a
thing
plus
is,
3.
she's basically like it's not a singular skill she's teaching you. In order to get to arrive at this skill, she needs to broach you onto an entire different college of school or college of thought.
Yes.
Like it's extensive. So you're not even touching the skill yet. You're just entering into the field.
Would she be able to add a Kensai die on that?
No,
Oh, okay.
maybe later, but not now.
Oh,
want my inspiration?
do I add a D4?
You would add D4.
It's a 17.
That
which
sounds
is
about right.
Roll
17.
my
good
inspiration.
considering. Did you say inspiration?
Yeah, do you want mine?
You have a 35% chance of getting better, 5% chance of getting the same, and then a 60% chance of getting worse. That means that we take the higher. So,
And it got worse.
Well,
all right,
I
sounds about right.
appreciate the effort.
I'm taking my
Sound
inspiration back.
So yeah, Scavola begins explaining it while the rest of you continue eating breakfast and stuff like that, and it's a rather interesting thing. I think this is probably the first time, aside from last night, where she was like clearly like leading a horse to water for Deet's situation. This is probably the first time I've actually heard Scavola give lecture. And don't get me wrong, it still has plenty of jabs and prods in her teaching style, but it is interesting in a way.